Hey guys, so today I'm going to actually film a video on doing Plasti dip. And I know there's a million of these videos out there of people Plasti dipping their rims, but I have a certain way that I do it, and I've seen some other people's Plasti dip, and sometimes it comes out a little bit textured, and I've even had it come out textured on me many times. So if you don't know what you're doing, it can still look good from far away, but up close it doesn't really look that good. So I'm just going to show you guys my process and the steps that I take to make sure that I have a job that, looks good and looks worthy. So until I get the chance to put some rims on the car, I am Plasti dipping them just because they look better and the rims are pretty beat. So I'll show you what one of the rims looks like before being Plasti dipped. I've already done one of the rims, but here's what the rims look like before Plasti dip. That's the one I've taken off, and the one over here is the one that I've done. So, much better, much cleaner. Looks a lot better than that. So, let's get to it. What I've got here is the one wheel that I'm going to do for this video. So over there I've got a little bit of wheel and tire cleaner and a brush. I'm probably also going to get a rag so that I can do some scrubbing, because I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of brake dust on the inside of these wheels. So with all that brake dust there, that Plasti dip is not going to adhere well. So the surface is really nasty on these rims. So I'm going to show you guys my technique for filling in some nasty looking rims that may have some corrosion and pitting in them. So now what I'm about to do is use a blowgun from my air compressor, just because that's what I have at my disposal. If you don't, you could just dry it with a rag and let it air dry, or I guess you could use like a leaf blower, but I'm going to use a blowgun. So right here I have the supplies that I'm going to be using from this point forward. I've got this cleaner here. It's just regular old spray away glass cleaner. This stuff's really good for prepping for paint. I use this when I do real painting, like actual car paint. Good to prep with. And then here's our Plasti dip, which it's good to let these cans sit in the sun. Maybe come up and shake them a little bit and then let them sit in the sun some more. It's good to do that because it makes the paint a little bit thinner so it sprays better. Yeah, so if you take a look over here, we have our wheel. So I've moved somewhere where I'm not going to get any overspray on any of the cars or anything like that. So this is our rim, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I like to prep the wheel. I have that spray away glass cleaner. I'm going to spray that on there, give it a nice wipe down, and then I'm going to go ahead and tape up the whole wheel, and then after that, then we will get started painting. So I've got my spray away and my rag here, and I'm just going to spray the whole wheel really good, and then just go through and wipe the entire thing off. So this is the way I'm going to tape off the wheel. I'm just going to rip strips like this and try to tuck it underneath the rim like that where it meets the tire. This isn't necessarily the only way or the best way, but this is the way I'm going to do it. You could do just a little bit of tape, thinner tape, and then you could do, because what I'm going to do is this. A little bit wasteful, but you could use newspaper and that would help. But just because it's plastic doesn't mean you don't have to tape. You definitely have to tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do this whole wheel here. Spray. So, actually, forgot one thing. A little valve stem guy here. Well, actually, I think I took this off on the last one. Yep. And then take this. That should give me a nice clean job. So, now we're ready to start painting, and I like to start around the outside. Your first coat, you want it to be not very heavy. You want not full coverage either. So shake the can for a little while, it's important, and then do a little test spray. You see how the can's spraying? This one's spraying good. New cans are going to spray better, obviously, but if you peel the little piece of Plasti dip off the nozzle, you should be able to get it to spray better. So I'm just going to go around the outside here, like this. Okay, a decent coat there. Now I'll go around the inside. Okay, outside should be covered. Now I'm just going to try to focus on each spoke here. So you can see I'm not getting full coverage. Remember to shake the can in between sprays. So then I'm going to focus on the spokes. This is probably the best approach for this. It's tough to do if you're holding the can sideways, but practice. The more rims you paint, the better you'll get. So the reason I'm doing one at a time is because my finger tends to get tired when I spray for an extended period of time, and it leads to my job not coming out as I'd like. So now I'm just going to get around the inside here because I don't have center caps for these wheels, so you will be able to see inside of there, unfortunately. And that should be good enough for a first coat. So I'm gonna let this turn flat black, and that's how I know it's ready for a second coat, and we'll start to go for a nice medium coat. So this next coat is gonna be a medium wet coat. So heavier than our first coat, but not quite as heavy as our third coat's going to be. So I'm going to start around the outside again. I may run out of paint here and have to change cans. So right now I'm trying to make the surface look smooth, because plastic has a tendency to be textured. But if you get it thick enough, it looks smooth. So I just did the third coat, which looked a lot like the second coat, just a little bit thicker. And now you just want to make sure that you peel off your tape right away, because if you allow the plastic to dry, sometimes it'll pull your paint job with it. So if you do it while it's still wet, must have been a fan. But yep, so with the tape off here, you can really get an idea for what we're looking at. And we'll get this off too. And screw our cap on. And that's it. That's how you plasti dip a wheel. So hopefully you enjoyed. I'll give you guys a close-up look of what this wheel actually looks like. Looks like that's about as close as you can get, so let me see if I can get you a little bit closer. Yeah, so that's about as good as this wheel can look. Still some pitting here and there, but that's as good as it gets for a rim like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on the car in like 10 minutes, and yeah, I'll show you guys how it looks. So it's pretty late, but I wanted to film the end of this video. It's been a while. It took me a while to paint all these rims, but they came out looking pretty good. I like it. Granted, the car is not very nice by any means, but at least the wheels look pretty nice now. Too tough for you to see the whole car, but I'll get a picture of it in the light tomorrow. But they all came out pretty good for the most part. You can see the little chips in them just because they were pretty messed up, but they're not too bad. This is the freshest one. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Plasti dip video, and stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be getting a new windshield pretty soon. This one's pretty cracked up, but until next time, thanks for watching, guys.